factors or three key components that matter when we are exploring the concept of a great marriage, a God-honoring marriage, an effective marriage. Because an effective marriage relationship is one that can deliver the intentions of God for their coming together. That's serious work. Amen. An effective marriage, a destiny-defining union, is one that can hit the mark of success for the intention in the heart of God from the beginning. Remember that God is not haphazard. And he wasn't trying to meet your emotional needs or your desire for companionship primarily when he connected you with your spouse. And remember that you're single because God is doing a work in you. If a woman or a man who is a person of the Spirit, following the plan of God for your life, investing in that relationship you've got with God, 100% it is clear to you that your times and your seasons are in his hands, and there's a volume of books concerning you. There's a volume of books. So if you're unmarried, it means that you are at an important, significant, and strategic season of life. And God has his eyes on you. Is that correct? And it means that when he brings you to the one he has prepared for you and does the same for that person, that coming together is heavily vested. Heaven has an investment. Heaven has, the Lord's eyes are upon that coming together. And so, in your coming together, there is an anticipation of a return on investment. Is that correct? So if a great marriage isn't a happenstance, if a productive, God-honoring, kingdom-aligned, effective, and productive marriage relationship isn't just about two great people coming together, a few things that I find in that equation is that, number one, there is a work that must be done on the individuals. You see this? There's a manner of man you must be to have a manner of marriage that God ordained for you. There's a manner of man. It's not haphazard. It's not anyhow. If there is a holy intention, if there is a definitive purpose in the heart of God, and we can believe this because it aligns to the character of God. It aligns to his character that he's working things out according to his purpose. That he has a desire, he has a perfect pleasure, he has a will. That there are things he has ordained concerning your life from the foundations of the earth. And that marriage, according to God's design, must be an activator and a facilitator of those holy purposes. That God will not bring two people together to the intent that they become derailed in the fulfillment of the purpose over their lives from the foundations of the earth. That every addition God is making in your life is to create a multiplier effect for his original intention. If this is correct, then it means there's a manner of man to be. There's a manner of woman to be. Is this correct? And can we also safely deduce that beyond the manner of man and woman to become in marriage, there's a manner of man and woman to become before marriage to be ready to enter what God has reserved for you? Now, there was a dispensation where women came straight out of school and they finished their HND or College of Education, NC, and they married. They're 21 and married, right? And then the age started to sort of the graph started to shift. 21, 23, 25, 27, 30. And I have this postulation that is nothing like deeply spiritual or anything, but I find it very resonant to my analysis of the world we live in. The sense that I have, to be honest, about how God's daughters and God's sons are not getting married as early as we used to, might be connected to a different degree of rigor that is required in preparation to be able to really partner with God in the kind of family that he's setting up as an assault against the sophistication of the darkness in our time. The requirement of submission in a dispensation where the move of God on his daughters is at an unprecedented high. It's a privilege if you're single and God places his hand on you and you are sitting over a conglomerate. I'm telling you. And as unto the Lord, you are submitting that strength, those giftings, that vision, that capacity, that resource, that financial enablement as unto the Lord. So that in mastering submission as an act of consecration, a day does not come in your young marriage where you can analyze yourself out of obedience because you are looking at the immaturity of the person you're with. Because 100% the gaps will be apparent the closer you get. So, you know, hey, the day you are able to say, okay, I know that you're messing this thing up, but I'll shut up. I know that we will both, or all of us together will suffer for this thing, but the Lord He will honor the posture of submission that I'm taking. You see this? The day you are able to do it is ideally not the day you are in that fire. It's when you sing better than your HOD. You know, you arrange music better. You were actually HOD in a way bigger assembly before you moved out of Port Harcourt to Lagos. You are preparing for this concert and you can tell that the way we are sounding, we will be a corporate embarrassment to the department. You can perceive it. And you are saying, we're not musically competent for this kind of songs. You know, there are songs that some choirs are not competent for. I don't want to shout this, but you can tell that where we are, our evolution and our gestational cycle. We can't do this yet. We can't undo this. But the HOD, there's a vision in the spirit. You know, if he believe, okay, we can do this. So the day you are able to be seated there, not that you are pretending, but from who you are on the inside, you are saying there's an office here to be responded to. And on the account of the honor bestowed on that office, God will do what he will do. God will move so mightily. Nothing will go wrong. And his purpose will be accomplished. And when you are assigned your portion, you're not like, sir, I can't. You're there. You are rallying a troop within the team. You are calming down the fires. You are vesting confidence. You are insisting on honor. What a blessing for you as a single woman. What a gift from God. Because you're going to need those muscles that you're lifting. You're gymming, and God is setting things in your way that will speak for seasons to come. So in this equation of a great union, there is the manner of man. And I feel like there's some specific things for God's sons to pay attention to. There's a manner of woman. So let's say that work is going on. There's now a manner of marriage. There's a manner of union. There's a manner of coming together. You see this? The manner of coming together is a combination of a number of things, but I find three very striking. The kind of marriage you will build, that you ought to build, that God is calling you into, the kind that can give him the highest return on investment. Have we agreed on that foundation we laid? That God has an interest in the kind of marriage he seeks to make out of you and your spouse, and the kind of marriage he wants you to experience. Is that correct? I find a few things really remarkable when it comes to the manner of the union. The first is a revelation of God's purpose. It can't be guessed, it can't be assumed, and it can never be produced by head knowledge. In fact, it is one of the early invitations for a call to prayer, a call to corporate prayer, a call to seeking. Do you see this? The purpose of God in his heart over that marriage relationship. And you're not going to know everything at once, but there will be significant seasons. Some of them will come through a stirring in your heart. Let's build. Let's take these things to the next level. Some of them will come because of agitations and shakings, where you can tell that there's a foundation to be revisited here. There's something God is calling us to. This is not pleasing. This is not satisfying. This is not where it should be. So whether it's a stirring or it's a shaking, seasons will invite you into the fresh pursuit of the heart of God. The heart of God. What is the purpose of God for this marriage relationship? A single person gets a chance to make the period of courtship their first installment into this revelation. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Your courtship season is so rich, if done right, that there's actually no lacuna for temptation. I'm telling you, where you're now falling and crying and apologizing to God. Like, what are you doing? What is the manner of investment within that context? It's so rich. You could actually create what would I describe that? Like almost a year-long curriculum. If you wanted to cut for a year, what you could be studying and working on together every week for 52 weeks. I'm telling you, yes, that you'll be unpacking to the glory of God.